Today on the Cardinal Sports Network, your Lawrence Cardinals will be taking on the Trenton Tornadoes in varsity baseball action. Let's send it out to the field where the announcers from WRRC are ready to take over.
And we are back here for today's coverage of Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC2, Trey Wright, Lindsey Squirrel, and CJ Jackson bringing you today's coverage. Jeremiah Kelly will come up here for the Tornadoes to lead things off. Connor Crowley will get his first sign from Drew Dobkin of the afternoon, and here is the opening offering. Fastball upstairs, and Kelly will jump ahead in a 1-0 count. Kelly leads the Tornadoes in batting average so far this season, batting .308 for the sophomore center fielder. Takes a big boy hack at that one. The count goes 1-1. Kelly has 4 hits, all of them singles so far in this contest, so far in this season. That'll slice all the way over to the mostly empty parking lot, and the count goes 1-2. Finally, an exactly 4 p.m. start here for a game this season. Glad we could have everybody aboard. 1-2 on its way, and a swing and strike. We'll retire one here. Kelly will go down on the K. It's Connor Crowley will get his first put out of the afternoon. One away.
Looked like Kelly was a little confused. It seemed like a little like an emergency swing. High and inside fastball, super late on it. Relayed the message to Hernandez, who steps in now.
Stalin Hernandez will come in, and he'll rip one foul down the left third base line, left side. Hernandez, the older brother of Johnny L. Hernandez, who's currently in the on-deck circle. Hernandez has a similar batting stance to what we saw with, was it Jordan Ray or Matt Laurinaitis?
It was Ray.
As Jordan Ray. Just very
stiff.
Yeah, very stiff, legs close together on the bat, or legs close together in the box.
Seems tucked away back there.
Trenton Central dugout starting to get rowdy. 0-2 towards Hernandez. That'll go in the dirt. Hernandez will reset himself. Count goes 1-2.
He does have a very stiff batting stance. He doesn't bend his knees. He doesn't have a wide spread in the box either. It's very interesting.
Trenton is 1-0 in road games this season. The Cardinals are 4-0 here at Sonny Natakis Field in 2025. Count goes 1-2 with one away. Here's the kick and deliver. It's a ground ball straight over to Seneca Sumners at short, and an easy 6-3 to put 2 away.
I mean, we've been saying all season that Seneca, he looked really comfortable as a shortstop in the position, and just an overall beautiful, easy 6-3 to get the out.
It's good to see a nice, easy, smooth throw from over there that has been an issue. You know, he's been leaving a few balls short, and then trying to correct it. He's overthrown, you know, a few. So it's good to see that.
So to bring up the younger Hernandez brother, Johnny L. Hernandez, takes a fastball out and away for the 1-0 count. Hernandez batting .222 on the season. He has 2 hits so far. Trenton only has 4 multi-base hits in 5 games. That's popped up in a shallow center field. Running back for it is Aiden Poot, and he'll make the grab. So the Tornadoes go down 1-2-3 to start things here in the road half of the first. When we come back, top of the order will come up for the Cardinals. Deacon Moore, Connor Crowley, and Aiden Poot due up for Lawrence. We'll come back to Lawrence Baseball on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
So the Cardinals retire the first 3 Tornadoes 1-2-3 in a scoreless contest as we approach the bottom of the first inning. Here on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, Johnny L. Hernandez finishing up his warm-ups. So in case you missed it, we'll go into the Lawrence starting 9 once again. Jason Barnes, Deacon Moore, Connor Crowley, and Aiden Poot, top of the order for Lawrence. Teak Toto, Connor Williver, and Josh Vakrosky, the heart of this order, remaining 4, 5, and 6. And Andrew Benitez, makes his return to the order. For only playing one game so far this season, Drew Dobkin moves down to 8, and Seneca Sumner is in the 9 hole. To complete the order here for Lawrence this afternoon, and both CJ and Lindsay, finally a picture-perfect day of baseball. Cardinals did have a good weather day last week. On Wednesday afternoon, we're on the road at Hopa Valley, but us as broadcasters finally getting a nice sunny day, a little bit hazy over in the outfield, but nonetheless, sun's out. People are actually wearing short sleeves for once. Set to be a fantastic day of baseball here.
And the temperature is great. For the past few weeks, we've been having like 40 degrees, 30 degrees, but now it's like mid-60s, high 50s. It's just a beautiful day for baseball.
Currently 66 degrees. Picture postcard, perfect afternoon here in central New Jersey. So Deacon Moore will lead things off for the Cardinals in the home half of the first. He's batting .238 to start the season so far throughout the first 8 games. He tries to lay down a quick bunt here. No dice there. Go over to defensive positions for Trenton. Joniel Hernandez at the stripe. Jalen Jenkins behind home plate. Yanni Espinal, Wilfredi Navarro. Adrian Jimenez and Leoncel Perez around the horn. First to third, Stalin Hernandez, Jeremiah Kelly, and Jaharis Janau. Left to right in the outfield here. 1-1 count for Deacon Moore, who is tied with Connor Williver. The most hits by pitch. He'll strike one in and out of the glove of Wilfredi Navarro. And that'll go for a single there for Demo. Let's get the hits going here.
There you go, yeah. You like to see that. First at bat of the game. Could put good barrel to it. Hit it, too hard for the second baseman to really gather it. Looked like it bounced on top over the glove. Definitely a single.
Definitely. Looked like it just hit a little bounce. Wasn't exactly in and out of the glove of Navarro, but nonetheless, first base runner aboard for either side will bring up Connor Crowley, who leads the team in terms of batting average. In terms of batting average, with .444 so far in the season. 4 hits, one of them being a double. And he's got an opportunity to try to break things open here for the Cardinals. Deacon Moore at first, and the pickoff attempt. Not even close there between Hernandez and Espinal.
That was a really slow throw for a pickoff attempt, but
He's just trying to keep him close.
Yeah, probably.
There he goes.
Moore's going, and that'll go in the dirt behind Jenkins. So it'll still go down as a successful stolen base, the 28th stolen base of the season for Lawrence. They lead the team. They lead the CVC in that department. We'll actually go into a couple stats here. Cardinals lead the entire conference as a fastball will go in the zone for the 1-2. Lawrence leads the CVC in terms of walks, plunks, and stolen bases. 40 walks, that is the most by 5. 17 hit by pitches, which I believe they lead that by about 10. It's Connor Crowley. We'll get a taste of his own medicine. He'll go down for a swinging strike. And 27, now 28 stolen bases for Lawrence, which I believe clears them by about 15 of any other team. This is a well-oiled machine when it comes to small ball. So that'll bring up Aiden Poot. Bats .304, leads the team in hits with 7. That's a changeup that finds its way into the zone. Looked a little inside, but nonetheless, Poot will go down 0-1. Deacon Moore in scoring position at second. One away here with no force out at first. In the bottom of the first, still scoreless between Trenton and Lawrence. Hernandez will get the sign from Jenkins. One's across the board here towards Poot. We'll line a little chopper that goes straight over to Jimenez, but he's not able to grab it. That'll score Deacon Moore on an E6. The Cardinals are on the board, and that is the 19th scoring error for the Tornadoes so far. A very costly one, and it looks like Jimenez may have pulled something. He is in a lot of serious pain.
Aiden Poot, he waited for that pitch as it was an off-speed pitch, and you could see his left foot just trying to go. And he made contact with it, ripped it right up the middle for a base hit for an E6 to score Deacon Moore.
But now, of course, everything turns over to Adrian Jimenez, who looked like he pulled a hammy there. He was grabbing his hamstring. Not sure if we're going to get a replacement there at second or short. It looked like a routine ground ball. I think it may have just gone under him, where he maybe pulled a hamstring at the wrong place, wrong time. Jimenez still trying to stretch things out here.
Yeah, it was a perfectly placed ground ball directly up the middle, over the pitcher's head. You had the two middle infielders converge on it at once. It seemed like the shortstop was going to beat out the second baseman, but I guess they ate him up and trickled out into the outfield.
Well, head coach Ari Rivera is going to trust Adrian Jimenez with what he sees right now as Jimenez will return back to short. So the Cardinals break open on the E6 from the Tornadoes. That'll put Aiden Poot all the way over at first. As Cardinals lead 1-0, it'll bring up Teak Toto. Like we said, 19th scoring error of the young season for Trenton, who have only played 5 games. Coming into today's contest, another very slow pickoff attempt there from Hernandez.
I guess he's trying to keep the runners close, but trying not to risk an error.
And Aiden Poot a little bit short off the steal, but he's going to get there in time. Poot got away with that one. As a little bit slow on the throw there was Jenkins. Lofted it all the way over to second, but it'll go down as another successful stolen base in the Cardinals. One stolen bag away from joining the 30 for 30 club. And another runner in scoring position. Teak Toto batting right at the Mendoza line this season. Takes a fastball, down and in.
What you were saying earlier, the Cardinals lead the CVC in walks and hit by pitches. That was a huge thing, free opportunities and 29 stolen bases. They are doing everything they can with the opportunities given to them to put runners in scoring position.
So Toto swings for the fences. That made a little bit of a loud sound, but it will curve foul. Down the left field line. Count goes 1-2 towards Toto. He's the only player so far this season. Actually, Toto does not have a double yet. He does have a triple and a home run. And leads the CVC in stolen bases with 5. That's low and inside, down in the dirt for the 2-2. And as Deacon Moore was coming back to the dugout, we heard him talking about just watching out for the fastballs here. And trying to hit anything that Hernandez sent. That's a striper that goes right through the gap over at short. That'll score Aiden Poot. It'll make it a 2-0 game on an RBI single from Teak Toto.
Just another beautifully placed hit. Teak Toto waited for the ball so he could put it on the left side into the hole, into the gap. So now we have a single, and now we're up 2-0 in the first.
That was beauty of a stripe right between the 5-6 gap, and it looked like Stalin Hernandez was fumbled it a little bit in the outfield over in left. He was able to come back up with it, and Lawrence quickly doubles up here. In their run category, it's 2-0 with Connor Wilver coming up.
I feel like I mention this every broadcast, but these Lawrence Cardinals do a great job at jumping out in front of starting pitching early. There's 2 runs in the first inning here. You've seen it in many games prior. This is what you do to win games, jump out early and get the advantage.
And Toto going for all the way to second. This time the throw just barely pops out of the glove of Jimenez, so that'll put the Cardinals in this 30 for 30 club here for stolen bases. 3 already in this contest. And another runner in scoring position for Lawrence as they try to triple the lead here.
Well, we're going to see Lawrence steal bases a lot today. As they see, Jenkins, either he has a bullet of a throw or sometimes it's going to be a really bad throw. So they're going to take their chances on this all game.
He's also reacting a little bit slowly in terms of the stolen bases. 1-1 on the way. That's a strike that goes right through the gap for Williver. Toto running all the way around for home. Going for 2 is Williver. And he'll get there in time. Sliding into the DMs at home plate is Teak Toto. It's a 3-0 game. An RBI double for Connor Williver will triple the lead.
It's like I feel like I'm repeating myself, but these Cardinals, they're getting all over the ball. They're just waiting for the pitches and hitting line drives into the outfield. Just singles or doubles so they could get runners home.
Yeah, they're not fooled at all by this Hernandez off speed. You just saw it there. Williver just absolutely placed it out to center field. There you go, 3-0 game.
And this is the heart of the Lawrence order right here. Toto, Williver, Vakrowski, and Benitez. Throw Drew Dobkin in there, and this is definitely a very lethal order. That pops out of the glove of Jenkins. Running for third is Williver. He's able to get there in time on a wild pitch, and it'll put Williver 90 feet away from making it a 4-0 game.
I like it. I like being aggressive on the base paths. You know, no mercy.
Not sure if that'll go down as a stolen base or a wild pitch, because that definitely popped out of the glove of Jenkins. I would score it as a WP there. But it makes Vakrowski's job a lot easier. Still only 1 out. That's a nasty curveball. Just barely did not catch the inside corner. The count goes even at 1. Vakrowski batting 158, got a 3-run RBI triple against Allentown last Thursday. Looking to get another RBI here. That's popped foul down the left field line as the count goes 1-2. But when this Lawrence offense gets hot, oh boy. That's all I can say for the other teams. Williver at third, 1 away here in a 3-0 ball game in the bottom of the first. And that, it's a really good pitch there from Johnny Hernandez, but umpire says it'll go outside for the 2-2. If it was over the plate, I'd say maybe just barely. It's a really good fastball that Vakrowski got away with there. Count goes 2-2. That's down in the dirt. The count will go full. And Vakrowski, who's been walked 5 times so far this season, trying to get to first base. Another walk here. Potentially put the ball in play, score Williver on a sac fly. You know that Vakrowski is probably going to get the green light here. 3-2 on the way. He'll take a hack at that goes all the way up in the netting.
Yeah, and you can hear from Coach Jim Mayer down on third base. He's telling Vakrowski, stay balanced, you know?
That's an issue that Josh has had a lot so far in his young career.
He seems to be pushing out in front, leaning way forward instead of waiting, staying back.
3-2 on the way. That's a ground ball that goes straight over to Navarro at second. And he's not able to make the play. That popped out of the glove of Espinal. It'll score the runner. It'll count as an RBI, but it's another error from Trenton, and it's a 4-0 ball game.
Trenton just keeps adding up to the errors. They're now at 20, and we're only in the first inning so far. But obviously, Vakrowski, he ran through the bag. You just keep running out to the player, and he was safe.
And that'll put a 20 spot in terms of the error category towards Trenton so far this season. Not the start that you want for the Tornadoes. They trail by 4, and we'll bring up Andrew Benitez. His first game back, going all the way for second is Vakrowski. He'll get there all the way in time. 4th stolen base of the side for the Cardinals.
Now, I know this inning isn't over. 4 stolen bases in the first. What are we on pace for? 28?
I think we already got
with the
there.
mercy rule.
Mercy rule, 520?
Something like that.
Jeez.
So Benitez, who's in an 0-1 count right now. That one gets away from Jenkins. That'll extend Vakrowski over to third, 90 feet away from putting a 5 spot right now in this bottom of the first inning.
Like I said earlier, they're going to take advantage of this catcher and his arm. This is going to be stolen base after stolen base for this whole game.
Run out of room for all the stuff on Vakrowski's list. He hit into an RB. He got at the RBI, hit into an E4, stolen base on a wild pitch. It's Benitez right now on a 1-1 count. And Hernandez is going to quickly call time here to get himself readjusted. 4-0 ball game here. Glad you could join us on a sunny afternoon. Lawrence leads 4-0 with a runner at third. Benitez is up, and he'll wait outside for that to go 2-1.
It's my first time seeing Benitez, actually. This is my first at-bat. I'm excited to see what he does here.
We saw him be really good in BP and a little bit in the preseason as well, as he'll take a swinging strike for the fences for the 2-2.
Not a bad swing. I mean, seems to be on it. Just he has to wait on it just a little longer. I think he can clobber one.
2-2 on its way, and a swing and strike. We'll retire 2.
Yeah, it just blew it by him there. He wasn't ready for it.
And I'll bring up Drew Dobkin with 2 away, and Vakrowski at third. Lawrence currently leading 4-0 in his what has been a fairly long first inning so far. It's Dobkin, who fell all the way down to 8th in the lineup, with Jim Mayer trying to bolster his lower part of the order. Catcher will step up. And Vakrowski was fading like he was going to steal home there. Jenkins that time was ready for it.
Feels like Allentown with the long first inning. It's just been a 22-minute first inning.
Well, Allentown, that was about a 45-minute first inning from either side.
Yes.
1-0 on its way. That's a chopper that goes straight over to Perez, fires it all the way over to first. Making sure he's on the bag that time is Espinal. So we'll end things with a 5-3 putout. To finally end things here in the first inning, but the Cardinals do quite a bit of damage as they score 4. So we'll go to the top of the second with the middle of the order up for the Tornadoes on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Jaharis Janau, Adrian Jimenez, and Liansol Perez due up for the Tornadoes here on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRC 2. Trey Wright, Lindsey Scarola, and CJ Jackson bringing you the action. And a 4-0 lead for Lawrence as they bust the door open in that bottom half of the opening frame. 4 runs scored, 2 of them batted in. 3 of them batted in with 3 RBIs so far in that contest. And 2 of them coming home on errors. So it all started with an E6 there from Jimenez, where Deacon Moore was able to score, and what followed was a series of unfortunate events for the Tornadoes as they trailed by a quartet with their middle of the order coming up. Jaharis Janau will step in. He's batting just below the Mendoza line, a 182, 2 hits, one of them being a double. And that's going to lie just a little bit foul. Teak Toto and I were able to grab it in foul territory. He was off by about 20 feet. Count goes 0-1 towards Janau. So the Trenton dugout trying to get their guys back into this contest. Janau, the sophomore right fielder, will step back in to face Connor Crowley, who got a lot of rest in that bottom of the first frame. He returns to the stripe. 1-0 is on its way, and that is a beautiful floating ball. We'll make it an 0-2 count. The Crowley brothers love the off-speed. We have seen it a lot so far this season.
And it's beautiful, so might as well lean on it.
0-2 on its way, and that just misses. Bottom outside corner. Crowley still ahead in the count, 1-2. He'll kick and deliver. Way outside on a slider, and the count will go even at 2.
He tried to get him to chase on that off-speed low 2 pitches ago, and then just missed outside, sitting at 2-2 count now.
2-2 on its way. Downstairs. And Janau will fight back with 3 straight balls to make the count full, and Crowley trying to get his first out of the side.
Yeah, he's spitting on that low off-speed.
3-2 on its way, and that is right down Broadway. A beauty of a strike.
Well, that's what you get when you window shop. He looked at three straight off-speed low. Connor Crowley was able to bring it up a few inches and caught the bottom of the strike zone there. You love to see that.
Second strikeout of the afternoon for Connor Crowley. First one facing backwards. So to bring up Adrian Jimenez. Jimenez, who looked like he had a little bit of a hamstring injury. Early on in the contest, was able to return back to the shortstop position, and he'll bat here for the first time this afternoon. Crowley with a delivery, and he'll quickly jump ahead in the count by 2. Jimenez right now trying to get back into the count. We'll see if Crowley makes some chase. 0-2 on its way. That's a foul ball. It'll keep Jimenez alive.
Crowley's looking really sharp on the mound today, just mowing down pitches to these tornadoes.
It's the warm weather.
It is the warm weather.
I second that. Finally a game where I'm not constantly shivering.
0-2 on its way from Crowley. That's a ground ball that goes over to Williver. We'll fire it over to Aiden Crowley. 5-3-2 away. Both the Crowley brothers play in the field this afternoon. Aiden Crowley at first, and Connor Crowley at the stripe. Those two have been playing baseball together for the better part of about 5, 6, 7 years. Of course, Aiden Crowley, part of the Lawrence Thunder program, youth program that started. That's a stripe that goes over to Seneca Sumners. High throw in time. Now on 6-3 is Leoncel Perez. The Tornadoes will go down 1-2-3 once again. We'll go to the home half for the second with Seneca Sumners, Deacon Moore, and Connor Crowley. Due up for the Cardinals on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
And we're back here at Sonny Natakis Field. Some defensive changes here. For the Tornadoes, sounds like Brian Polino will slot in at shortstop with Adrian Jimenez coming out, so that hamstring injury might be a little bit worse than we thought. So Paulino will slot in. So now the infield will look like Jenkins, Espinal, Navarro, Paulino, and Perez. First to third, Stalin Hernandez, Jeremiah Kelly, and Jaharis Janau. Still left to right in the outfield, Seneca Sumners, Deacon Moore, and Connor Crowley. Due up in this side as a pass ball will go all the way to the backstop, in and out of the glove of Jenkins. And Sumners will jump ahead in a 1-0 count. Sumners second in the lineup right now in terms of average, batting .316 for the Cardinals so far this season. We'll take a curveball that finds its way into the zone. Count goes even at 1. Sumners has walked a lot so far this season. Big part of the reason his average is that high, 1-1. That'll go high and outside.
Come on. You gotta do what we've done in batting practice the last 3 days. Can't forget everything.
Lawrence leads 4-0 here in the bottom of the second. Still nobody out. With no runners on, Sumners leading off. Hernandez with a kick in the deal towards Sumners, and it plunks him right in the top of the helmet. Another hit batter for the Cardinals. Make it 18 so far this season. That'll cycle around the top of the order, and we'll put a base runner on here for Deacon Moore.
Last game it was Sewell getting plunked in the head. Today it's Seneca Sumners getting plunked in the head.
And that's right in the back of the head as well. Sorry to cut you off there. But
No, it's okay. But also, you want Seneca on base. He's really fast. You know, we're going to see a bunch of stolen bases attempts here.
we have 3 stolen bases so far this afternoon, and Sumners will go all the way back there. That was about the fastest pickoff attempt we've seen from Joniel Hernandez so far today. Bring up Deacon Moore, 1 for 1 with a single and a run, as well as the first stolen base of the afternoon. Sumners is going. Jenkins will fire. And all the way in time for Sumners. Another successful stolen base for the Cardinals. They've got 4. Make it 5, actually. So to put yet another runner in scoring position. Cardinals have had 5 of them here so far this afternoon, make it 6 now. Deacon Moore will step up. He'll line one. Right underneath of the glove there of Navarro. Sumners will stay at... As Deacon Moore trying to go for second as well. It'll be a double for Moore as Sumners held up at third by Jim Mayer. Jenkins tried to make the play at home, but Sumners stayed at third. Deacon Moore will advance all the way to second. What looked like it was going to be an RBI single will turn into a routine double for Deacon Moore. Ducks on a pond for Connor Crowley trying to bust this game open, already leading 4-0.
Deacon Moore, he's just finding the holes with his bats today. Obviously, he's getting on the ball really well, and he's just putting it where the fielders can't reach them.
Now bring up Connor Crowley, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Takes a fastball right down Broad Street for the 0-1. So to put Deacon Moore halfway to the cycle, a single and a double. Put runners at second and third for the Cardinals. All their runners able to get in scoring position as Crowley will go down 0-2 with Aiden Poot in the on-deck circle.
I'm really liking how we're not seeing a lot of swing and miss today. You know, we're putting a lot of bat to ball, putting balls in play, limiting the strikeouts at the plate. You want every opportunity.
0-2 on its way. It's a ground ball that'll go foul down the third base line. So we'll do it again once again. A 0-2 count towards Crowley, who's already struck out once today. Hernandez trying to get his third strikeout of the afternoon. Just trying to get any outs here. No force-out opportunity. 2 runners in scoring position. That one goes to the backstop off of the glove of Jenkins. Sumners will get home way in time. That pass ball will score 5 here for the Cardinals. We'll put Deacon Moore at third. Goodness gracious. What a start to this game for Lawrence, who already leads by a 5 spot.
Things were ugly. They got a little uglier. Tacking on another run in the second. And now you have a guy on third with no outs.
Crowley in a 1-2 count. Well, he struck out backwards there on an off-speed pitch from Hernandez, who has 3 Ks to start the afternoon, but he has allowed 5. I wouldn't even say that Hernandez has allowed 5. I'd say that 2 of those runs were probably on Hernandez, and the other 3 are definitely on his fielders.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's a 5-0 game, and a foul tip from Aiden Poot goes to the backstop.
And there's only 1 out. Poot, all he has to do is put in the outfield so he gets the sacrifice fly to bring in Demo.
Moore's already got 1 run already today. That'll miss the downstairs outside corner. Poot is 0 for 1, was able to get over to first off of an E6. That's a stripe that's deep into the right field, on the run all the way back for it. He's not going to be able to get it in time. Poot running for second. He's going to run all the way over to third, and the play is not going to be in time. An RBI triple for Aiden Poot makes it a 6-0 game. And there was nothing that Janau could do for it. He was on the run all the way into the back, and another triple scored here for the Cardinals. That is their 5th of the season. And oh, baby, a triple. Poot, there it is. Whatever you want to say. What a stripe there from the junior.
Poot got all over that ball. He made perfect contact just to get it over the right fielder's head. He just kept running, and there was no hope for him. As Tito lines that one down the left field line.
And that's going to go all the way down. It'll be fair. Toto running for second. That'll score Poot, and he'll hold up at second. Back-to-back multi-bag RBIs for the Cardinals. And it's a 7-0 game as number 7 crosses across home plate.
This is what I like to see. I like to see these bats waking up now. We are in high hopes for this team. A 7-0 lead, and it's only the 2nd inning.
You mentioned it earlier, you know, you said Toto has a triple and a homer. There's the first double of the season for the kid.
So Toto will officially hit for the cycle so far in 2025. And like you said, Lindsay, the bat's absolutely coming alive as Connor Williver will step in. 7-0 contest, and Williver was swinging for West Windsor Plainsboro there. He'll go down 0-1.
Tell me you're looking for a curveball away.
Toto is at second. Only one out here, and a 7-0 lead for Lawrence over the Trenton Central Tornadoes. It's a line drive that'll slice into the parking lot, and Williver will go down 0-2.
He's got a piece of it. He's on it. He just has to have that level swing so he could drive it out.
Williver stepping back in. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Outside there from Hernandez. We'll get Williver in the count there. 1-2 with one away. Another runner in scoring position for the Cardinals. We're absolutely putting a belt to the rear end. Trent Central right now. That's a drop third strike. And a looper all the way over to first. Nearly not in time for Williver, but nonetheless he'll go down with a K. And it's 2 away.
It's kind of odd, you know, given that 7 runs have been coming across the plate. You'd think there'd be some activity over in the opposing bullpen, but completely empty.
Again, there's not a whole lot of depth just as a team in general here for Trenton. Only have about maybe 15 guys on their roster. It's definitely a very limited dugout here for the Tornadoes. But nonetheless, it's a 1-0 count towards Vakrowski. It's 0-1 with an error. Was able to drive in Connor Williver to make it a 4-0 game. That'll go to the backstop and will advance Toto to third. Vakrowski will quickly go up in a 2-0 count. 7-0 ball game. In the bottom of the second, Cardinals are throwing everything but the kitchen sink towards this Trenton defense. It's definitely paying off here so far. It's a foul tip that'll go to the middle school. First one of those here this afternoon. As Janiel Hernandez gets back in the count, 2-1 with 2 away, trailing by 7. Hernandez steps back in. 2-1 on its way. That's a stripe in a shallow center field. On the run back forward is Kelly. He's able to make the grab to finally end things. 3 more come across the plate for the Cardinals. They lead by 7. Going into the 3rd inning, absolutely putting everything on the scoreboard and putting everything in the outfield right here are the Lawrence Cardinals, leading by 7 here on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Cardinals leading by a touchdown here on 107.7 The Bronc Retro. And no, we are not calling football. We're not calling Cards football. We're calling Cards baseball here on the Retro Radio this afternoon. Lawrence leads 7-0 over Trenton Central with Trey Wright, Lindsey Scarola, and C.J. Jackson on the call this afternoon as the Cardinals look to get their 4th straight win of 2025. Look to warm things up against a heavyweight tilt Wednesday afternoon on the road against Northern Burlington. But, of course, that is then. This is now. Trying to close things out here, but it's only the top of the 3rd. That's going to be a stripe. Popped up. Might go into foul territory. Williver underneath of it. And he is not able to make the grab. He is going to make the grab. Actually, Williver right at the wall. Couldn't see it from here. I imagine that was an absolute beaut of a grab there from Sewell to put one away.
Not the greatest angle on that one, but we got the message.
An emphatic call there from the umpire on a great pop out to 3rd for the first out away as that turns aside Jalen Jenkins. They'll bring up Yaniel Espinal, who swings at the first pitch he sees. Espinal 0 for 4 here in 2025, and he'll take a swinging strike. Crowley ahead in 0-2 situation. His team up 7-0. 3 pitches, all of them on swings. Strikeout number 3 of the afternoon for Connor Crowley, and he'll bring up Wilfredo Navarro.
Just looked lost that entire at-bat. Pretty easy there.
Yaniel Espinal will now go 0-5 to start 2025. And I'll bring up Navarro, the second baseman. Trying to get things going here for the Tornadoes. He'll swing at the first pitch he sees, a changeup that'll go over the bat. It's another swinging strike from Navarro. He is also 0 for 5 to start the season. Wouldn't be surprised if Crowley's just going to get him to chase here. 0-2 on its way and a swinging strike. We'll put 7 pitches in here. 2 away from an immaculate inning, but Connor Crowley is on it like Blue Bonnet right now. As he retires the side, no base runners yet here for Trenton. Cardinals will go back to work here on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Pitching change coming on here for the Tornadoes. It's going to be Jaharis Janau who will step onto the stripe. Jerickson Alvarez will replace him in right field, and it looks like Janiel Hernandez will go over to third. We'll move Yaniel Espinal over to short. Some defensive changes here for the Tornadoes, who trail 7-0 going into the home half of the third. No base runners yet in this contest for the Tornadoes. They have been 1-2-3 throughout their entire order. Cardinals, however, putting the pedal to the metal right now. This all 9 of their base runners have been able to make it all the way over to at least second to be put in scoring position. Absolute domination so far for Lawrence.
100%, but, you know, earlier in the innings, I had a lovely gentleman come up to me. It was actually Andrew Benitez's grandpa, Kevin, and he was telling me some interesting things about Benitez. Born and raised in Flemington, and
it's my neck of the woods.
Yeah, and he grew up here playing ball. He went to the DR for 4 years at baseball camps. Did several trials, was actually at a New York Mets camp in January 13th, recently this year, but unfortunately, MLB said he was ineligible for the draft. So now he's back here at Lawrence, and now he's playing ball.
He'll pop one high into the air towards the service building to go down 0-2. And again, Lindsey, you and I saw it in the preseason, that this kid can definitely hit balls a long way. But still looking for his first hit at the varsity level here in a Cardinals uniform. Struggled a little bit to start the season. Was out for a little bit. He'll get one back on a 1-2.
I was told that his specialty is, in fact, hitting home runs. So let's see that happen.
I'd like to see that a lot this season, especially with the short porch over and left. That's a changeup that just misses the outside corner. Count goes 2-2. Have to see if Janau will go fastball here to try to get out her Benitez. 2-2 on its way. And just getting the tip there was Benitez.
I like the umpire's going to go talk to the pitcher. He's going to tell him to tuck in his jersey, maybe.
I think it's the white sleeves. Can't pitch with white sleeves. Hitters can't see the ball.
Basically takes away the effect of the batter's eye there. Both these teams wearing red jerseys. The only difference between these two teams is Lawrence is wearing white pants. Trenton's wearing black. Count remains 2-2 towards Benitez. Janelle on its way with a 2-2. Benitez pulls back on that dirty worm burner. Count goes full. It's the first game that Benitez has played since March 28th, coming off of a rolled ankle. 3-2 on its way, and that'll plunk Benitez right in the shoulder, and he'll get his first base as a Cardinal.
Had another one to the tally.
The New York Mets of the CVC in terms of how many times we're getting plunked.
What's that, 19?
Something like that. I think
We came in with 17.
Yep, 19 plunks. So approaching the 30 for 20 mark in terms of stolen bases and plunks. And we already got 40 walks, so 40, 30, and 20.
I want to see these totals at the end of the season.
Okay, this is a very smart Jim Mayer-led team. And this is a very smart young core here. All these guys are juniors. A pickoff attempt from Benitez. And that was a little too close for comfort there for the junior. But this is a very smart team. This entire core has been playing varsity-level baseball for about the last 3 years now, including this season. And know what they're doing, and it's going to be interesting to see what these guys are able to do for the rest of this season and next year as well. Right now, in a three-way tie for the CVC title. Of course, still very early in the season as Hightstown and Notre Dame have put their names in the conversation. Right now, Drew Dobkin in a 1-1 count with Benitez at first. It's an outside slider. Will jump Dobkin ahead 2-1. He is 0 for 1 with a ground out so far today.
You have to look at me after every pitch. Now get on the base.
Jim Mayer giving instructions over to Benitez at first. The first time since the preseason that Benitez has been on the bags here. I am a bit surprised that given the injury that he's coming off of, that Ben Hogger's not out there courtesy running, but you got to learn how to run somehow.
He probably won't join the steel party, but he's out there.
Hey, we don't know that.
2-1 towards Dobkin. It's a ground ball straight back over to Janal. Trying to turn two here are the Tornadoes. And they do. Second double play of the season. Turns two away for Trenton. It is a 1-6-3 double play to retire two here.
It's a very unique double play. We usually don't see the pitcher partake in double plays like that often. So it's very good instinct to just turn around, throw right at second to go 1-6-3.
There is some life defensively on this team.
Currently trailed by 7, however, so offensively they've got to get things going. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter of Seneca Sumner. Slider goes in the dirt for a 1-0. The top of the order in the on-deck circle for Deacon Moore. Sumner's was plunked to start things off in the bottom of the second. And he'll take a worm burner. Right down the dirt again to jump up by a pair. I believe that's the third or fourth time Dobkin has hit a ground ball in a double play situation so far in 2025. He struggled a little bit in that category, but nonetheless, he does walk a lot, but no opportunities for walks here just yet. Might be an opportunity here, though, with Sumner's in a 3-0 count. Sumner's was in a 3-0 count before getting plunked back in the bottom of the second. And that one will find the zone there from Janelle. Janelle will get back in the count. Still 3-1 in favor of Sumner's. Here's the offering, way inside. Another walk there from Sumner's. Top of the order will recycle and will bring up Deacon Moore with 2 away.
Hey, maybe Deacon Moore will hit a triple here. He's got a single and a double.
If he hits a triple, he's definitely hit. If he hits a triple or home run, he's definitely doing the other one here. 7-0 Lawrence leads. Janao with the offering towards Deacon Moore. He'll take a fastball in the zone. Moore, like Lindsay mentioned, is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. 2 runs on the afternoon for the junior. Sumner's with a 5-step lead off of first, and he'll fall back on the pickoff attempt. Really little trickery there from Espinal. Fake the throw back over to the stripe and try to tag Sumner's again. Sumner's was clutching onto the plate. The stolen base attempt there from Sumner's, and he's going to get there easily in time. And again, Lawrence getting lucky on that. That was a very, very slow throw there from Jenkins. And I thought that Sumner's was going to be dead to rights, but the slow reaction time from this Trenton catcher has proven to be really effective for the Cardinals.
really, really slow out of his release there. Took a few secondary steps, didn't even break in a full sprint until he was halfway till second base. They're really taking advantage of this, this catcher's arm.
I also know that he's like fake pumping a few times before he even throws the ball.
I think Seneca might have fooled him there, maybe because he was taking leadoff jumps.
Yeah, but he was pretty much galloping over there.
He was blocking the second baseman.
This is very true. That's a stripe into shallow foul territory that'll fall to the middle school field. Count will go 2-1. Actually, make that a 2-2.
Seems to be the formula today. Get a guy on first, steal second, and then base hit brings him in.
Let Deacon Moore do his job. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2-2 on its way. That'll pop out of the glove of Jenkins once again. They'll advance Sumners to the hot corner. Make the count full with Connor Crowley on the on-deck circle. 3-2 with 2 away. Deacon Moore will step back in. The count will actually be 2-2. So now Deuces will be wild towards Deacon Moore. 2-2 on its way. And that was just a little outside. So now we'll get a full count with 2 away and a runner at third. 7-0 ball game. Moore trying to get on base for the third time today, trying to score. Seneca Sumners, 3-2 on its way, and a swing and strike on a curve. We'll get one back there for Janelle. So for the first time today, the Cardinals don't score, but they still lead 7-0. The top of the fourth coming up here on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So the top of the order will cycle back around here for Trenton with Jeremiah Kelly, Stalin Hernandez, and Joniel Hernandez. Coming up here, all three of these batters are 0 for 1. Everybody in the lineup 0 for 1 so far today. Trenton trying to get their first base run of the afternoon. Connor Crowley will step into it. That'll go in the attic there towards Kelly, who jumped ahead by 2 balls in his first offering, but then went down on a strikeout. He'll line a stripe over the glove of Seneca Sumners. That'll go to the outfield. Staying at first will be Kelly. That'll break up the no-hitter. First hit of the afternoon for the Tornadoes as they try to get back in the contest, trailing by 7.
And now the Tornadoes, they finally got their first base runner of the game. So let's see if they're going to try to steal him, Dobkin.
Stealing on Drew Dobkin. Trying to do, I'm trying to think of the main heist from GTA 5. The Union Depository heist. It is very difficult. It is very hard. And we have seen Drew Dobkin mow down batters and mow down base runners like he's Merriweather security. Love me some GTA 5 references.
Love it.
1-0 count towards Stalin Hernandez. That's a stripe all the way into left field. On the run back for it is Pokrovsky. He'll make the grab to put 1 away here.
I'm starting to notice, and it's with the 2 Hernandez brothers, Stalin and we have Joniel. Very stiff stances, loaded in the back of the box. We mentioned in the first inning, but they have this slowly, leg raise. They lean back all the way. I mean, if this game was anywhere near close, I'd suggest maybe a quick pitch could get them off balance. But, 7-run lead.
Hernandez with a ground ball straight over to Sumners. Trying to turn 1, they'll do. Trying to turn 2, they got it! 6-4-3 routine double play there for the Cardinals as they take out the Hernandez brothers. And another clean sheet for the Cardinals going into the home half of the fourth. Just about as textbook as you can get there, CJ.
Yep, and through 3 innings, I don't want to jinx anything, but very, very clean offensively. This is it. It's all coming together. This is the start of it. We're building off a 3-win streak. It's looking like 4, and the defense is solid.
We'll be right back here on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Aiden Pooh will be on deck to lead things off here in the home half of the fourth inning on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC 2, Trey Ray, Lindsey Scroll, and CJ Jackson, bringing you coverage of a 7-0 ball game in favor of the Cardinals, who gave up their first hit of the afternoon, but were able to turn a 6-4-3 double play, their fourth of the season, to keep this game scoreless. With Connor Crowley, Aiden Poot, and Teak Toto due up here in the home half of this fourth frame. Again, this is the first of 4 games for the Cardinals this week, spread out across 7 days of competition. Around 6 days, I should say. Cardinals on the road for a pair of games. Wednesday afternoon at Northern Burlington, a heavyweight tilt between the Greyhounds and the Cardinals. And back in the CVC against Ewing Thursday afternoon, which will be the play-by-play debut of Lindsey Scarola.
Yes, it will
She'll
be.
she'll have the play-by-play for the next 2 games. I'll be down in North Carolina during that time, for the Easter holiday. So Lindsey and CJ will be you guys running duos with a road game at Ewing. Great facility there with the Blue Devils, and back home here against West Windsor Plainsboro South. And Cardinals Pirates is definitely going to be one whale of a game going into the spring break.
I'm very excited.
Connor Crowley swings at the first pitch he sees. He is 0 for 2 with a pair of Ks.
It'd be nice to see Crowley join the hit party. Back-to-back strikeouts his first 2 at-bats.
He'll take one inside to go even.
The last thing you want to see is him get a third one for a hat trick.
You know, be the only kid without a hit in a massively offensive game doesn't feel nice.
Benitez doesn't have a hit either. And
He's been on base.
I'm trying to remember how Vakrosky got out in the bottom of the second. I think it was just
F8.
It was a
F8.
fly out.
Yep.
It was a flat center. All right, now I'm all caught up.
Also, Janelle changed his sleeves.
2-1 on its way.
Yeah.
Way outside for the 3-1. Janelle cutting off the sleeves there.
Little outfit change.
Changing the fit there just a little bit. You know, had your sleeves cut off, Cletus McFarland style. I guarantee that nobody tuning in gets that reference.
Neither do I.
It's a NASCAR driver, NASCAR personality. Blending both worlds here. Count goes full towards Connor Crowley. Trying to get his first hit of the afternoon. 3-2 on its way from Janelle, and that'll plunk Crowley square in the numbers. It'll bring up Aiden Poot, third plunked batter of the afternoon for the Cardinals. And make it an even 20, 40 walks. No, 41 walks, because Seneca Summers was walked. So 41 walks, 30 stolen bases, 20 plunks.
Crazy.
That is 50 base runners so far this season. Actually, no, I think my math is off.
60.
60.
60 free bases.
It's nuts.
We love free bases.
Yeah. And then when you're not getting free bases, take advantage of, got to put bat to ball.
Runner going. That's a line shot. Base hit right up the gap. Goes over to Alvarez. Crowley will extend over to third. The runners will be at the corners for Teak Toto on a single there from Poot. He is halfway to the cycle.
I love a good hit and run that's very successful. Just beautifully planned, beautifully placed. Runners on the corners for Teak Toto.
Toto 2 for 2. He is also halfway to the cycle with 2 RBIs for the IMG commit. Kickoff attempt there from Janelle, unsuccessful. And we're also very wrong when it came to the amount of free base runners so far. 91. 41 walks, 30 hit by pitches. That's 71 right there.
No, 20 hit by pitches.
Oh, 20. Oh,
Yeah.
because I was also including stolen bases.
So 61.
So still, 61 stolen bases. That is nothing to sneeze at. And the amount of free bases as well.
61 free bases and 30 stolen.
Going for the suicide squeeze are the Cardinals, but Crowley's just going to hold up at third. So Hayden Poo will be the only stealer there for the Cardinals. Ducks on a pond for Teak Toto. Trying to drive in a pair of runs here. His team already up 7-0. With no force out over at first.
Well, we already have an active count, so make it 31 stolen bases.
Outside, away from Toto. No way he was going to get any contact on that slider. The count will go 3-0. And ball away from loading the bases for Connor Williver. I know Seawill would love to have a grand salami.
He's going to put a charge in one. I can see it.
3-0 on its way, all the way to the backstop, and no grand slam opportunity there. It's scoring on a wild pitch is Connor Crowley. Make it 8-0 Cards.
I wanted to see the potential grand slam there, but a three-run homer will
I think
definitely
any
do.
home run here for this Cardinals team would be awesome.
But baseball grand slam is like the most electric play.
That is true, but still, a home run. Just any home run would be great.
So that wild pitch was a walk towards Toto. Runners will remain at the corners. And Jaharis Janau right now getting a mound meeting. So far, been a little bit of a long game here, or a short game, I should say. In the bottom of the fourth, with an hour gone by. As Janau will remain on the mound right now, still no outs. Double play opportunity here defensively, but I imagine Teak Toto will definitely go for the steal. I don't think we'll try to have a safety squeeze, but nonetheless, Williver will step in. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Williver trying to drive in another run here. His team leading by 8. What has been an absolute onslaught of an afternoon here for baseball. Very lopsided affair. Thankfully in favor of the Cardinals here, who lead by 8. That goes inside as Williver thought that was going to curve into him for a hit by pitch to load the bases for Vakrowski. Will jumps ahead in a 1-0 count. Runners at the corners for the Cardinals trying to add on here. That's a line shot in a deep left field on the way back for it. It'll come down for a base hit. All the way to the wall goes Hernandez. And that'll be a double there for Williver. Will only score Poot. It'll make it a 9-0 game on another RBI double for Williver. Ducks are on a pond here for Josh Vakrowski as the Cardinals continue to add on.
See, well, he has beautiful hits when he makes contact, and he smoked that line drive into the gap for a double, and there was no chance for either defender to go and attempt to grab it.
No, he loves hitting deep balls deep into the gap. Gonna bring up Vakrowski. Will take one downstairs, and that'll go down as a balk, actually. So it's Teak Toto, number 10, will cross the plate to make it a 10-0 game. That'll extend Williver all the way over to third. And right now, Trenton just trying to get out of this situation, already allowing 3 to cross here with nobody out in this home half of the fourth. Vakrowski with a stripe into deep center field. On the run, back for it, over the head of Kelly it goes. That'll score Williver. Vakrowski going for 2. It's stuck in the fence, and that'll be a ground rule double. It went underneath the fence over in center field. It looked like it was going to be an easy triple for Vakrowski, but instead it'll be an RBI double. It'll make it an 11-0 game as number 11 crosses the plate.
I don't know if you heard, but I heard from the crack of the bat that I already knew that ball was going far into the outfield. But of course, center field is pretty deep, so unfortunately it wasn't over the fence. But it's just beautiful contact by Vakrowski, and just overall, it was just a beautiful hit.
The Cardinals are absolutely unleashing. You know, you had 6 games with a quiet offense, and then bang, This is back-to-back double-digit run games. Obviously, last game against Allentown, only 4 hits, I'm pretty sure. But today, different story here.
5 hits in the game against Allentown as Benitez will step in. That's a worm burner that'll allow Vakrowski to go over to third. Here's the play, and he's going to be called out. It was a good attempt there from Vakrowski as the first Cardinal will be caught stealing. It'll clear the bases here. Benitez still trying to get his first career hit as a Cardinal. Was able to get on the base paths last time with a hit by pitch. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Yeah, the Cardinals coach telling Benitez to join the merry-go-round.
Benitez will take one in the dirt for the 2-0. That'll bring up Uriel Guzman on the on-deck circle. Batting over Drew Dobkin. We'll see how much of the bench that Jim Mayer elects to empty out here. It's a ground ball that goes straight back over to Janau. High throw over the head there of Espinal. And not even going to bother going over to second there was going to be Benitez. I'll bring Uriel Guzman up to the plate. Ben Hogger in the on-deck circle is Jim Mayer with the Cardinals right now in mercy mode. Trying to empty his bench here. Give a couple of his guys a little bit of experience here in terms of hitting, already up by 11. His heavy hitters definitely doing their job.
Come on, Yar. Put something in play.
Guzman only has 1 hit so far this season, was a triple all the way back on last Tuesday afternoon. That's a foul tip that'll go to the backstop. Third game in a row that Guzman was out of the lineup, and he's going to try to prove himself, get back into it. Benitez at first with 1 away here. And that will tip into the glove there of Jenkins. So it's an 0-2 count towards Uriel Guzman. He'll take one outside to get back in the count. Daniel Peralta currently warming up in the bullpen right now for the Trenton Tornadoes. 1-2 on its way to Uriel Guzman. That's a chopper that goes straight over to Perez. Trying to turn another double play here. Or the Tornadoes, they're not going to be able to. It'll go down as a 6-4 fielder's choice that'll strand Benitez at second. Guzman will get on at first. That'll bring up Ben Hogger here. Come in favor over Seneca Summers. So Guzman is able to get on base here with the fielder's choice. Ben Hogger coming up here in favor over Seneca Summers. Hogger so far this season 0 for 2. And trying to get the caught stealing there. Pick off attempt there with Jenkins and Espinal, but not able to get it. Hogger will tap back in, ahead in the count 1-0 with Deacon Moore in the on-deck circle. Trying to keep things going for the Cardinals. That goes way behind the head of Hogger. Extending all the way over to second is Guzman. Another runner in scoring position for Lawrence. If I check my notes, all but 2 runners so far for the Cardinals have been able to get in RISP.
Really? Who would that be?
That was Benitez and Dobkin, I think. Actually, Benitez twice on the double play. And another balk there from Janau will extend Guzman over to third. Second balk of the inning here for Jaharis Janau. And now that'll put Guzman at the hot corner, trying to make it a 12-0 game.
I don't think I've seen a high school team balk as much as today.
I remember when I was a senior, Working my high school team, our pitcher balked like 3 straight times and got pulled. That's down low for the 3-0 towards Hogger.
3 straight is insane. Was he not coming set?
I think he was putting his hands on his knees is what I can remember. It was something like that. 3-0 towards Hogger. That's outside for a 4-pitch walk. We'll bring up Landon Abernathy, who will pinch hit for Deacon Moore.
I love to see Jim using all his bench because now we get to see the full insight of what other players on this team can do batting-wise.
Up at runners at the corners for Abernathy, who has not come to the plate yet this season. The backup catcher will tap in here for the Cardinals with runners at the corners. Guzman at first, Guzman at third, and Hogger at first. And Abernathy, we'll see one go whiz past him. A little outside for ball 5. Hogger, typically courtesy run with a 3-step lead off of first base. As Abernathy sees that whiz behind his head, that'll score Guzman to make it 12-0. And another passed ball there from Jaharis Janau. And right now it's a dozen runs that have come across the plate. Most we've seen with this Cardinals team is 20. Got to go all the way back to the 2023 season where they won 20-8 over Princeton. That was an onslaught of a game. Three and out towards Abernathy with Connor Crowley in the on-deck circle, trying to load the bases there for the starting pitcher today, looking to go the distance. Abernathy holding his ground. Another 4-pitch walk for ball 8, and the bases are loaded for Connor Crowley. Make that runners at first and second, so a couple of force-out opportunities here. And it looks like that might be the end of the afternoon for Jaharis Janau.
I find this funny that this inning has been so long. I just overheard Aiden Poot say, "Did I hit this inning?" He does not remember if he got up.
He, in fact, did. As the Cardinals will bat around the order. It's coming up here in replacement of Jaharis Janau will be the 15 of Daniel Peralta, trying to get this last out here in the home half of the 4th.
And the best way to describe this game is a merry-go-round.
No other way to put it. Flying through this order.
It definitely has been, as the Cardinals will bat around the order for the second time this season. Connor Crowley was the one to get things started here in the 4th after being plunked by Jaharis Janau. As Janau lasts 2 and 2, or an inning and 2/3 here. As Connor Crowley will come up for his second plate appearance of the side. It's been a very, very slow day here a little bit. Of course, Cardinals have been able to get a lot of hits so far this afternoon. Eight hits on 12 runs so far for the Cardinals. Believe that is a season high. 8 hits for the Cardinals. They lead by a dozen.
Yeah, you just look at the game that they just played against Allentown, 10 runs but 5 hits. Next game, 12 runs, 8 hits. So we're keeping the run total high, but we're taking advantage of free bases that we always pick on, And now, I mean, we're seeing these pitchers well today. Let's see if continue going on throughout the season. This is a very, very good sign. I am super impressed. And
I'm definitely liking to see this lineup finally get hits here, because we saw with Allentown, again, only 5 hits in that contest. We're able to score 10 runs, but took advantage of a lot of fielding errors from Allentown, uncharacteristic fielding errors from the Redbirds. And you've done the same thing here today. I believe that we've had 3 errors so far in this contest, so Lawrence just kind of doing their thing and letting Trenton self-destruct. But against top teams like Hightstown, like Northern Burlington, what we're going to see on Wednesday, we're going to see West Windsor-Plainsboro South on Saturday. Against top teams like that, you're going to be able to take advantage of some mistakes here. But overall, you just got to keep the hits going. Hit anything that you can. So that's ball number 9 here for the Tornadoes. 9 straight pitches outside. Not the best start for Daniel Peralta, who quickly goes down the count 0-1. Peralta so far this season has pitched 4 2/3 innings, has allowed 5 runs, all of them earned. That's a ground ball. Straight over to Perez, firing all the way over to first, and they're going to call him safe. I have no idea why Perez didn't try to flip it over to second for the forced out. Everybody is safe. It'll bring up Aiden Poot with the bases loaded. And that is the mental error that has been really plaguing Trenton so far today.
Especially being down as much as you are, things tend to spiral out of control. And, you just get inside your own head sometimes.
So it'll bring up Aiden Poot, who will take a 1-out count against Peralta. The bases loaded, 2 away. Plenty of force-out opportunities for Trenton to get out of the jam, but they have got a tall order against them. Trailing by 12, only 3 outs to get them. So Poot will see that one float outside for the 2-0.
Also, those balks committed by Trenton really hurt them, too, in the long run.
It definitely did. One of them balking in a run of Teak Toto's in the on-deck circle right now. Poot so far today, 2 for 3 with 3 runs. RBI triple, a single, and able to get on base with an error. Really kick things off here in the bottom of the first. That'll go to the backstop, and will score Hogger. Make it a baker's dozen for the Cardinals, with runners or ducks on a pond here. On second and third, 13-0 Lawrence leads.
Such an insane game. High scoring, bats going.
Abernathy will go to third, Crowley at second. Aiden Poot trying to drive both of them in. That'll take away the force out. I can see if Ben Hogger might come in here. Maybe close things out. Another ball gets away. This time Jenkins is able to get there in time, throws it over to third, but Abernathy will remain at third. Got away from Jenkins, but a good job at blocking it from going to the backstop there for the junior catcher. But nonetheless, that'll walk Aiden Poot. Bases are loaded for Teak Toto. Tries to blow this game even more open here. The grand slam situation. It's another ball. I can't remember the last time we had a strike.
It's been a while.
Since Guzman.
Wow, that was a jeez Louise. And just to say that, a swing and strike on an off speed for Toto will end that rally. Count goes 1-1 towards Toto, who is having an absolutely beautiful day, a phenomenal day at that. 2 for 2 with 2 runs and a walk, and it's going to be hard to see who is going to be today's MVC, most valuable Cardinal. That practically looked like an ephus there from Peralta to make it a 2-1 count towards Toto. And I think the Cardinals are saying, you know what, all these pitchers are going outside, and we're just not going to take our bat off the shoulder, and we're just going to be walk, walk, walk. And like Lindsay said, just turn on the merry-go-round here a little bit. Instead, that's going to be a drive in a deep center field there. Kelly on the run back for it. It's into his glove, and that'll end things here. The Cardinals strand 3, but they absolutely put the belt to the rear end with 6 runs coming across here to make it a 13-0 lead going into the top of the 5th on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
And we're back here on 107.7 The Bronc Retro, WRRC 2. Ben Hauger will come on here to try to close things out for the Cardinals. With Connor Crowley now going to short, Deacon Moore will go to second. Actually, Deacon Moore will remain at second, so going to short there will be Connor Crowley. As Ben Hauger will step on here, I believe this is his first ever varsity appearance on the slab for the young junior. So he'll get some reps here in a 13-0 game. Only one hit so far on the contest for Trenton. They trail by a baker's dozen, trying to get on the board here. They're not able to score 4 runs. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th, and we'll keep on going until it is a 10-0, or is it a 10-run lead. The Cardinals, I think it's definitely safe to say that should hopefully be the final side so far today.
Yeah, we're all too familiar with our 4 starting pitchers, the Crowley brothers and Deacon Moore. This is the second straight game we're seeing a new arm on the mound. You had Connor Williver secure his first career save, and now Ben Hauger on the mound here to finish out this blowout.
We'll bring up Daniel Peralta, pinch hitting over Jaharis Janau. Peralta batting .273 with 3 hits so far this season. He's the only Trenton batter with a stolen base so far this season. That's a really good off-speed pitch there from Hauger. He'll get some practice reps here with a 1-1 count.
I just love to see new faces on the mound, because then you can see how far deep you could go into your bullpen in future games.
1-1. That's foul to the backstop for the 1-2. Hauger a strike away from getting his first career K at the varsity level, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you gotta obviously you had Williver and now Hauger. You gotta have the mindset as this is a tryout. You're looking for a way into this rotation to be a steady arm, and have to take advantage of it.
And a check swing. They're going to say he went. First strikeout of the season there for Ben Hauger. 1 away, 2 to go.
Pretty impressive start for his first appearance.
But for Connor Crowley, goes 4 innings here. I don't even think he reached maybe 30 pitches. Only allowed 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts for the senior to keep that ERA at a big fat goose egg for the senior. Hauger trying to close things in here. So to bring up Ryan Polino, pinch hitting over Adrian Jimenez. Count goes 1-on-1. On a swinging strike there. Polino is 0 for 3 so far this season. And a swing and strike there to make the count 1-2.
Trey, you brought this up earlier. Who is going to be our MVC? Do we have any ideas as of right now?
Ugh. McCroskey's put together a good resume. So is Connor Williver.
There's Connor Crowley on the mound.
Crowley's been really good. Aiden Poot's been good. Deacon Moore was halfway to the cycle. He was 2 for 3.
I'd give my vote to Poot. 2 stolen bases, 3 hits, RBI triple.
A lot of shoutouts, but only 1 or 2 can be MVCs. That'll go inside for the 2-2.
I would give it to the whole team if it was possible.
I don't think we have enough headsets. We don't have enough headsets.
We do not.
Two on its way from Polino. He'll go down swinging on strikes. Back-to-back Ks here for Ben Hauger.
But then you got Hauger. If he gets the save here, it's like a Connor Williver situation from last game.
Rodel Herrera, with his first at-bat of the season, will step in. Final pinch hitter potential here this afternoon. Rodel trying to get things going here and trying to get more hits.
And on a high note, striking out the side here, possibly.
See what Hauger's able to do. That'll catch the bottom left corner. For an 0-1 count here towards the pinch hitter there of Herrera. not had an at-bat registered against him so far this season. He'll take a swing and strike there. 1 strike away, 1 out away from closing up a 13-0 win here is Ben Hogger. Herrera trying to stay alive. He's down to his final strike. 0-2 on its way. And a worm burner will ratchet things up just a little bit more. It's Hogger trying to end things here. One and 2 on its way. That just misses downstairs. It'll put a set of 2s on the scoreboard. Lawrence with a good offensive day today. Was able to empty their bench offensively. And Hogger now trying to come in and close things out. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2-2 on its way. Looked inside. But nonetheless, it'll be a backwards K for Hogger, and that'll end things here. 13-0 your final score. A combined one-hitter for Connor Crowley and Ben Hogger. 1 hit away from a perfect game. And absolute domination defensively and offensively here this afternoon as the Cardinals will move up to 7-2 right now in the midst of a 4-game heater.